predictable. There's no other way to say this. It's a permanent escape.
Come on.
Monotony.
Wanna holler?
Together we are perfectly
We can holler.
Our senses
What you wanna talk about?
our hearts racing as
Hmm?
one.
What you wanna talk about?
But they say if you love something,
A little something, let it go. How was it working for or with me? I mean, that could take nights,
all my kids
Weeks.
love hanging out here.
months. Sometimes it'll be just like that. It all depends. But I'll tell you a little bit about sources of inspiration. Sources of inspiration for me can come from anywhere. But the majority of the times it is mother necessity. Or just something I want to see that I see that's not in the workforce, not in the community, not in the on the planet. There's nowhere around, and it's like, why is there not this thing that I want? So then I go in and I start to create, and I start developing. I start formatting. I start calculating in my way. That's why a lot of things that you have today, it's no, I always say there's no way you could have thought of that because you don't know why you need it. You don't know why you need that. So then with that thought, I go in and I put that in the back of my mind and I just start looking for things. So when it comes to the forefront, I have something to work with. Now when I have something to work with, then I got to go out and do the research. But once again, I do it in the back of my mind. I don't bring it all to the forefront. I work it up to the forefront, piece by piece, in phases, so to say. That's a word I'm gonna start using. I work it to the front of my consciousness, to my front of my creativity, from one side of the brain, from the left hemisphere to the right. I move it in phases, right? And so you build on it in phases. Then when I get to a specific phase, I have to see not just the necessity of it, but I have to see, is that something that's needed? Not only is it needed, how does it fit into society? What benefits society? Now, being that I am who I am, when I look at society, all I have to do is look into myself. I just look at myself. And I see myself as what I need because of the way I move, who and what I am, my influence. You know what I'm saying? Steve Jobs made a comment a long time ago. He said, you can't worry about what the people want. They don't know what they want until you give it to them. So I took that into the warehouse because that's how I was basically moving anyway. The way I was doing it, I just didn't care to incorporate what we the people wanted. Because a long time ago, once again, I found out that if I like it, a friend or a partner is gonna like it. If a partner or a friend gonna like it, his friend may like it. May. With that, maybe I had to go in, make a quantum leap to that phase. Why wouldn't he like it? Okay, so once I figured out why wouldn't he like it, I had to leap forward into that they do like it. If they do like it, why wouldn't he like it? My partner friend like it, because I like it. I had to jump out, okay, if he like it, what is it that they gonna like about it? How would they use it and benefit and enjoy it way back here the same way I do? So I move through phases, but I make quantum leaps. I jump back and forth through phases, not dimensions, phases, because this is practicality. This is it practical? What is the application? How would this application impact? Now, I'm at that phase of practicality. Then I got to turn it around. My way of thinking was not that I want what they have, but I like that what he has. I wouldn't have thought to do that. Then I had to work that. Okay, now being that I know who I am, now it all makes sense now. But for me, I had to work through that phase. Why wouldn't I think of something like that? So once I thought of that and figured that out, now here we go. So now you want to know about an application. Okay, they want to know about, can I say it? Okay. Uber and an application I came up, a thought for delivering food, opposed to me flying all over the country going to get a cheeseburger with gold flake French fries. So I said, okay, I got a problem here I need to solve. First off, they already had an infrastructure for food delivery, which is food delivery that we know about. They already have that. The second thing, we got taxi cabs already. Then they started talking about, they was talking about ride sharing. But now at the same time they talking about this, I'm simultaneously boring it out. So what happened was, I came back here and I said, I want a distribution center pulling from Amazon. I want a distribution center here that can facilitate delivery of every food in the world. So the logistic problems. Okay, so I'm flying around myself in my private jet. And I'm going over here, and I'm going to this state, and I want this food, this, that, and such and such. So it's like, okay, I can do that. I'm rich, I can do that. This is my thinking. I can afford to do that. The average ain't gonna be able to do that. Boom, the man said he flew over 1,000 miles to get a haircut. The other man said he flew over 1,000 miles to get a cheeseburger, and so on and so forth. How do I facilitate that? Okay, so pulling off of the Amazon, I need a fulfillment center. The fulfillment center has to act as damn near a restaurant because it has to get that food out in a timely manner. But you're still dealing with food coming in. Okay, so now you got to have your thing with FedEx together. FedEx and anybody else, you got to have that straight because you need that overnight type deal going on. Then you're dealing with the price. Okay, so it's like, okay, well, how do I get the food to the people? Okay, that can happen in two ways. First, the people can come pick the food up from the fulfillment center. Second, the people can get a delivery service. But delivery service, it wasn't there yet. It wasn't there yet. They was talking about trying to do something, but it wasn't there yet. I had to bore it out, and it was an effort. It was a race, but they're not a race. They're waiting on me. Okay, so with that said, so I said, what if you could take that and just have straight up food delivery? All that delivery that's already there. I already figured that out. That's already there. I pulled from that. Just delivery for food. Liquor stores, restaurants, casinos, hotels around the world, so on and so forth. And I took that method, that payment method of a tip to kind of help me figure out how to pay for it, the delivery aspect of it, because they paying for the food online. Okay, so then I said, well, I looked on there online and I seen they had menu services already. You know the names of them that deliver. But the menu was minimum. It wasn't a lot of restaurants participating. So I went in. This I took into the dimensions. This I took into the dimensions. Everything back then was going into the dimensions. But I went to every casino, restaurant, everything I could get my eyes on. I went in and I asked them, would you participate in this if I had set up a delivery service strictly for food, for everything on your menu that you could have something ready to go? And then it came back, yes, that could happen. We'd have to bore out a certain delivery service because a restaurant, let's say in a casino, is not geared to takeout service. So the restaurant thing would have to change. Okay, I said, okay. Now I got that. Now, how do you find all this goddamn food that you see on TV and these cooking shows that you may forget? You don't want a cookbook. You want to be able to get it. Bingo. I need a website, but you need a big website because this is a lot of content. Like I said, cooking, food, it is like art in itself. It's like art in itself. It's technical. Recipes and everything that go with it. So I said, boom. I need a Google search strictly for food. Everything food. How would that look? I said, it's a billion, 5 billion people on planet Earth. It's probably 20 billion worth of shit worth of food. From fine dining all the way down to local mama, just food. That's it. Delivery services, catering, just food. A Google search for nothing but food. And restaurants, hotels, anything that deal with restaurants, food, and that's what I came up with. And I just seen it. They pouring out the infrastructure. Now how it's gonna look from there, I don't know. I left it alone. And boom, Uber and Lyft. Uber and Lyft comes up behind me, and now they doing good business. Now they doing good business. But you know they had a fight to get that. But that's how it worked. Working, how I work, how it works, how it goes down, and how these big ideas, they don't start off as big ideas. I shrink it down because it's not really that big to me. It ain't a big idea. When they make it, it's a big deal. When it comes to Farik, yeah, it's a big deal because the shit he talking about, he right. It has to be bored out, and he has to see it because we trust him now, but early on we didn't get it. We get it now. Now we get it. Early on, it was like, whoa, whoa. Is that even? They don't mess around. Where everybody else who worked alongside, they already got it. But that's the nutshell. All right.